Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing my February TBR. I just picked, I think there's 10 books in front of me, just off of my shelves that I want to get to in the month of February. And because I tend to stick to my TBRs, I don't really sway away from them. Every book that is in my wrap-up this month for February is going to be in this stack. So I'll try to be pretty, I don't want them to get repetitive, so I might read like a little bit of the synopsis, and then in my wrap up I'll just explain kind of what I liked and what I didn't like about the books. So here we go. The first book on my TBR is The Cradle Will Fall by Mary Higgins Clark. This one is actually a reread, but I haven't read it since I was in high school. I just have like this beautiful used copy. Oh my god, look at it, it's so pretty. I got it from the used bookstore in Oklahoma when I was visiting my mom. I love Mary Higgins Clark's writing, and this is like one of my favorite books of all time, or it used to be. It's definitely my favorite Mary Higgins Clark that I've ever read. For some reason, this one has always stuck with me, and I want to give it a reread just to see if it, stands the test of time for me personally. So, first book. The second book on this list is Behind the Horror: True Stories That Inspired Horror Movies by Dr. Lee Meller. And this one I just found at Target. I love scary movies. I love to see where scary movies come from. So this one has like some pictures of scary movies. So you can kind of see there as pictures, and it kind of just describes the movie, what year it came out, what it's about, and then what true story kind of inspired the movie, which I love. So I cannot wait to get to this one this month. The next one I actually don't know really anything about, and it is Flood by Andrew Vox. Don't know. I have no idea what this one is about. I know it's some type of like thriller, but this one is one that I got out of storage a few months ago. Sorry, I live right by a highway, so some traffic is going on out front. This one was in storage, and I kind of love this cover. I don't know what this book is about. I don't want to read too much of the back either. I know it's like a group of people. I think they're trying to solve a murder or something. And it's, like I said, a thriller. So, I don't know. I just want to read it to see like if I like it enough to keep it, if I like it enough to finish it, and if not, I'm just gonna get rid of it because the next one on this list is The Four Seasons by Mary Alice Monroe. This one is about sisters, and okay, it says they are the seasoned sisters, bound by blood, driven apart by a tragedy. Now they are about to embark on a bittersweet journey into the unknown, an odyssey of promise and forgiveness, of loss and rediscovery. This one I think is just a contemporary book about sisters. I like sister relationships. I think they're so fun to read about, especially if like the sisters get along and stuff, but it sounds like it's, older sisters kind of getting together after a long time and celebrating life with each other. So I think that's really cute. And yeah, I just think this one's gonna be a nice, light, fluffy read for February, because there are not a lot of fluffy reads on this TBR, I will say that. There aren't a lot of fluffy reads on my shelves, so I might as well, try to pick at least one up a month. So, alright, the next one I want to pick up is Secret Santa by Andrew Schaefer. This is one I picked up at Barnes & Noble like last week, I think. And this one is about a girl who starts a new job, and her coworkers don't like her, so they start playing pranks on her and stuff, and then she gets a Secret Santa gift from one of them, and her coworkers start to get taken out, like killed, or they start dying kind of one by one, and she thinks it has something to do with the Secret Santa gift that she got. It looks pretty short. Let's see. Yeah, 210 pages. So it's pretty short. It's supposed to be some type of horror. So I'm here for it. I know this is like, it looks super like Christmassy, but February I feel like is a fine time to read this book. So the next one I am super excited about. It's The Death of Mrs. Westaway by Ruth Ware. I've never read a Ruth Ware. My sister did read The Woman in Cabin 10 last year, and she said she really liked it. But I've never read anything by Ruth Ware. Noelle Gallagher has like a little bit of a hate. My brain is not working today. She has like a love-hate relationship with Ruth Ware's writing. She likes very little, but this one she absolutely loves. So this is the one I want to kind of start with. It just looks super creepy. It's about a woman that basically gets a call or an email or something from an older woman's estate being like, hey, your grandma died. Like, she left some stuff to you. Why don't you come pick it up? And she's like, that's not my grandma. But she doesn't tell them that. She goes just to see like what the grandma left her. And I think she left her like a spooky, like haunted house. I don't know. It just looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. And this one is kind of like, it looks hefty. I don't know. It's like, what, 350 something pages? It's like 360. So, we'll see if we can get to it. I don't know. I mean, these aren't really in order. I'm just gonna pick up what I feel like. That's why there's kind of like a mixed bag here in front of me. So I'm pretty excited about this one. All right. The next one is The Brethren by John Grisham. And I have a love-hate relationship with John Grisham's work. There are some of his stuff that I like. There's some of his stuff that I don't like. I have read a few of his books, like back in the day when I was in high school. One of my favorites is The Innocent Man, and I actually have that one on my shelves. And then another favorite was The Street Lawyer, I think it was called. And I've read a couple other ones that I didn't really like, because back then I wasn't really into like lawyer stuff. Like, he does like, all of his stuff is about like lawyers and has the point of view of a lawyer, and I wasn't really into it. I don't really know what this one is about. It looks like it says 3 former judges who call themselves the Brethren. I'm just gonna read this first little bit here. It says, Trumbull is a minimum security federal prison, a camp home to usual assortment of relatively harmless criminals, drug dealers, bank robbers, swindlers, embezzlers, tax evaders, two Wall Street crooks, 1 doctor, at least 5 lawyers. Something that has to do with a scam, and I don't know. It's pretty short though, and I have it on my shelves. So like, I did pick a couple of books that I'm not super excited to pick up, but I don't know if I'm gonna like them or not, which is like, if I DNF it, I'll just get rid of it and like sell it back to Half Price Books. So I want to pick at least a couple of books off of my shelves that I'm not like super excited about, because I don't know if I'll like them, so that I can just like get them off the shelf. And if I do end up liking this, then that's just a bonus for me. The next one is another one I really don't know much about. It's Unspeakable by Sandra Brown. I think this one has with a powerful psychotic killer returns to his hometown, where a desperate woman, deaf and alone on an isolated ranch with her young son, becomes pawned in his game of payback and revenge. Sounds good to me. That actually sounds super interesting. I don't know why I didn't read that before I picked this book up. But I honestly, like, I have 5 shelves in front of me, or my phone is set up on them, but like, I'm looking at them. And I just picked 2 books from each shelf, and I picked 1 book that I bought in the last year, and then 1 book that I've just had on the shelf for a while that I haven't read. So that's how I'm getting my TBR. Just, you know, for now. Next book that I want to pick up is something that I have been wanting to read for months now, and it's Mirror Mirror by Jen Kalanita. Is that Jen Kalanita? Yeah. And it is a Snow White retelling. This is part of the Twisted Tales series, and I want to get to this one because I want to own the others. If I don't like this, I don't really think that I should buy the other ones, even though not all of them are written by this girl. Some of them are written by other... I know she writes a couple of them. Liz Braswell, I think that's her last name, writes a few other ones, and then there's another person that writes some of them as well. But there's like maybe 10 of them now. I'm not really sure. The latest one just came out like last September. But I got this one because I just thought I like Snow White. I mean, that was one of my favorite Disney movies growing up. So the question up here at the top, it's basically like a retelling asking a twisted question. So the twisted question on this one is, what if the evil queen poisoned the prince, like instead of poisoning Snow White? So I think this one's gonna be pretty good. But it's YA, so it should be pretty, relatively easy to get through. The last book on my TBR is The Broken Girls by Simone St. James, and this one is a book of the month choice. I just added it on a couple months ago, but I can't wait to read this. I think it's technically a horror book. So it is from 1950 and like 2014, and I think it takes place like at a school, and like some girls go missing. Let's see, there's a place for the girl. Okay, I'm just gonna read this one's synopsis. So it says, Vermont, 1950, there's a place for the girls whom no one wants, the troublemakers, the illegitimate, the too smart for their own good. It's called Idlewild Hall. And in the small town where it's located, there are rumors that the boarding school is haunted. Four roommates bond over their whispered fears, their budding friendship blossoming until one of them mysteriously disappears. Vermont, 2014. As much as she tried, journalist Fiona Sheridan cannot stop revisiting the events surrounding her elder sister's death 20 years ago. Her body was dumped in the overgrown fields near the ruins of Idlewild Hall. And though her sister's boyfriend was tried and convicted for the murder, Fiona can't shake the suspicion that something was never right about the case. When Fiona discovers that Idlewild Hall is being restored by an anonymous benefactor, she decides to write a story about it, but a shocking discovery during the renovations will link the loss of her sister to secrets that were meant to stay hidden in the past and a voice that won't be silenced. So it is about missing girls. This just sounds really good. I know I've read that synopsis before. I really want to get to this one this month. But yeah, that is my TBR for February. I'm filming this one before my January wrap-up. My January wrap-up is going to go up before this one, but I had a great reading month in January. I didn't really love everything I was reading, and there were a couple books that I DNF'd, but and the month of January isn't over. I'm hoping I can get one more book under my... I'm reading one right now. I'm halfway finished with it. Hoping I can finish it before tomorrow, because tomorrow I want to film my January wrap-up, so I'm hoping I can finish it. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today, and I will see you guys in my next video. Okay, goodbye.